Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you and you're watching the replay on my YouTube channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button below so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on this channel. We're going to talk about this week's energy. We're really in some rough, tough energy right now, okay? So we definitely need to check in. Like I was saying in my last week's video, I always know that that there's a lot going on with the energy just based on the messages that I'm getting from people, because I get so many people who are just like, what is going on? This is a lot. This is too much. I'm so overwhelmed. So how's everybody doing? I would love to hear from you guys. How are you all doing as we're wrapping up this Mercury retrograde? How's everybody feeling? How's everybody managing with all of this stuff? And are you starting to connect with some clarity? Are you starting to understand things in a deeper way? So technically we have Mercury in retrograde for a good part still of this week. It is going direct on June 3rd. Hi Kathy, nice to see you on here. So it's going direct on June 3rd. And so I think that we can expect that there's going to be a bit of relief with the energy. I think that it is going to feel a little bit lighter, but you have to keep in mind that we're also in that shadow aspect of that until the 18th. Although looking ahead to June, I really think that there are at least parts of June that are going to feel a little bit lighter. This was quite a roller coaster of a month. And so if you are a subscriber to my monthly subscription, I have the June reading up there. So if you're not subscribed, I definitely encourage you to sign up. It's $9.99 a month. I have all kinds of classes, energy sessions, monthly readings, all kinds of stuff up there. So you can check that out at claritybychristy.com. I'll leave the link below. But anyway, so to come back to this energy. So I think that we will find that as the energy, or as Mercury goes direct, that the energy does feel like it's moving forward. So if we've had like stalled projects, if things have been feeling like they're moving slowly, you might start to see a little bit of that energy wake up a little bit, and we might see some things starting to move forward. But I really feel like on the other side of this particular Mercury retrograde, on the other side of this eclipse portal that we've been dealing with, that it's about truth. And to be honest, and part of what I'm seeing in terms of themes with people is that like a big part of what's hard right now is that we're connecting with some truths, but they're not really the easiest truths. Whether you have, received some information that was hard, whether you have like come to conclusions that were hard, maybe both. So I think I called this video, "The Truth is Brutal, but it's also exactly what you need," because it's exactly what we need. So I want you to pay attention to the truths this week that are floating to the surface. What are you starting to understand? And it doesn't mean, by the way, that you have to like it, right? It could hurt, it could be upsetting, it could be scary. We might be aware of some changes that we need to make, some things we need to let go of, some ways that we need to change some things or mix some things up, whatever that is for us. But I think that it's exactly what we need. I think that it's exactly what is meant for us in order for us to begin to move forward. And part of when I was connecting with the energy of this, part of the message that I got here was that we need to focus on long-term happiness rather than short-term pleasure, right? I think that there are some traps that are happening right now. There are some traps that are happening that are opportunities for short-term pleasure. However, I think that if we really take a look at those, even now, if we tap in with our intuition, we recognize that that's not necessarily going to take us to where we want to go. It's not necessarily aligned, and we can make all kinds of excuses about that, and we might fall into that, and that's okay because we find our way. But I think like to be most successful here in this energy, it's really about making decisions for yourself this week, this month, this life, from a place of focusing on what's going to make me happy for the long term. What's going to be most aligned for me for the long term, and space fillers are not full fillers, I guess is what I need to say. So try not to fill spaces just because you're uncomfortable, just because it's difficult for you. In fact, I really, I'm going to read this to you guys because I was out hiking yesterday and having a tough time, honestly, with my own Mercury retrograde stuff. And let's see, let me find it here, sorry. And I felt really called to connect and to meditate a little bit, right? And so I'm kind of processing all of the stuff that's happening. And through that, sometimes I get some very direct messages. So I heard in my mind, write this down, right? So I wrote down the message and I was shown that this was a message for me, but it's a message for everyone. And I think that it's so important that we hear this stuff right now, because I think right now so many people are feeling like, where is it? Why isn't this happening? Or why is this happening? Why is this so hard? Why is it such a struggle? So I'm going to read it to you in case you didn't see it. It says, "Oh, darling, if you could see how happy, how peaceful, how abundant, and how loved the not so distant version of you is, you wouldn't question God's plan even for a second. The journey is beautiful. The victory is sweet. Have faith that God brings the most incredible things with patience and perseverance. You are co-creating a masterpiece. These things take time. Until then, find gratitude in the spaces in between. It's okay to let go. The vision is greater for you. Understand that you aren't supposed to settle. Hold your standards and your head high. Don't fill the spaces with the unfulfilling just to quell your discomfort. Move forward. All of the kindness and love that you have put out into this world will find its way back to you in the most magical ways. There is a master plan of the highest at work. Trust it. Don't you dare quit just before the magic arrives." So that is a channeled message for all of us. And so if you're feeling like you're in that place, trust it and hold the energy of that as best you can. Hold the energy that the magic is coming, that things are happening, that not too far out in the distance, things are really amazing things are happening. And all of that beautiful love, all of that beautiful energy is coming back to us, is going to be received. So we just need to hold on and continue to move in the directions that our soul is showing us that we need to move in. And part of that is going to require, I talked about truth, right? So we might be hearing truth from other people, but I also feel like it's about being brutally honest with ourselves right now. Really being, and again, I don't feel like this is easy to do. I feel like this is going to be challenging, because if we take a step back and we're really honest with ourselves about certain things, I think that we're going to recognize that there are some changes that we need to make, that we haven't been honoring ourselves, that we have been caught up in things that haven't been serving us. So noticing what truths are coming up for you and trying not to just shove those back down and ignore those, because I think that we need to become aware. What do I need to change? What do I need to work on? Even if it's hard, even if it's scary, because this energy wants you to move. It wants you to take what you have reflected upon, what you have uncovered during this period of time during Mercury retrograde, and use it and change your life. So this might be truth from other people. This might be this brutal honesty from yourself, but understand that whatever truth is coming out is for your highest and best good, is to show you who people are, is to show you where you're meant to be moving. So it's just a really powerful energy. In fact, like I can feel the energy so much flowing through me right now, right? Because I think that there will be in some ways a collective grieving, a collective adjustment, but we're moving and we're stepping into, we've been talking about new beginnings for a while, right? The energy is so much of moving into new beginnings and allowing that to happen. And I think that we're going to find too that as this energy lets up, we're able to even communicate with ourselves, with other people, to express the things that we need to be saying. And we're also, as soon as we are coming out of Mercury retrograde, we are on the 4th moving into Saturn retrograde. So that to me is going to be bringing up for us, we're going to be in that till October, right? And that is going to bring up the questions about, are the choices that I'm making now leading to the future that I would like to have? And if not, where do I need to make adjustments? And so I feel like these truths are helping to show us, even if they're challenging, even if they're scary, even if they're difficult, even if they're emotional. So I want to dive into the cards and make sure that we cover that piece too. It's so nice to see so many of you on here. So really interesting, in my monthly reading on my membership, I pulled from this deck, and I have so many of the same cards that we pulled through that, or in that video. So pretty cool. So we have the Two Worlds card to start, right? So this is us getting real, right? She's inside working, and she'd rather be out here, you know, in this other place that is calling to her. And this is about your soul calling for something. This is about understanding that you don't have to stay put, that you don't have to stay stuck, and it's okay for you to move. It's okay for you to follow the flow, follow the path of your intuition, and you don't have to stay stuck according to anybody else's barriers or boundaries. So I think that this is really, really important. And so this may be something that's coming up as part of our truth. What do I need to change? Where do I need to allow myself to be led in order to create the future that I want to be creating for myself? Life is short, guys, right? We don't want to be staying stuck or standing still too long. And then we have the Architect card. What is the life that I'm creating? This is the One of Keys. We also have the One of Forces. So I want to point that out because that's two aces, right? This is new energy. We have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. And wait, is that the Ace? I'm not sure. Anyway, so I'm going to just feel the energy of this. So Architect is the Ace of Pentacles, right? Yes. And then this is the Ace of Wands. So Ace of Pentacles, what are we creating that is going to lead to stability, happiness in our future, right? Ace of Pentacles is about opportunities to create a better lives for ourselves and to receive amazing gifts from the universe, whether that's money, whether that's time, whether that's gifts, whatever that is. But what do you want to create for yourself? What is, and I would encourage you to take some time now to write down that blueprint. What are you creating for yourself? What are you calling into your experience? And maybe are you building something different? Is the blueprint changing from where it was even a couple of months ago? And if it is, that's okay. Keep listening to your soul. Ace of Wands here is very much my go for it energy, right? It's like moving in the direction of things that you're passionate about, and not ignoring that voice in our soul that is saying, like telling us to play it safe. Okay, this is about going for it, and this is about really digging deep with the Akashic Field card, digging deep and really going within and listening to our soul and letting that be our guide, letting that show us the way. The next card that we have here is the Sands of Time in reverse. It's okay to slow down a little bit. It's okay to take your time to make decisions. It's okay. Again, you don't want to rush into anything, because I think that there is a lot of energy right now that will have us making decisions for ourselves that are more short-term happiness, short-term band-aid, short-term fix, rather than long-term happiness. So I think that it's really important that we take our time when we're making decisions. The Waterfall in reverse. Where are we not flowing? Where are we not going with the flow? Where are we not listening to our intuition? Where are we not allowing things to naturally unfold? Where do we need to release our grip? Where are we trying to control things too much? Let yourself flow as much as possible. And the King of Roses showing up. Now, there is an energy right here at the very end of the month. I'm filming this on the 31st. There is this energy here of new beginnings in relationships, but also new beginnings in other areas of our life. And so I feel like that's why this King of Cups is showing up here. But the King of Cups has an open heart, but also makes decisions from a place of balanced emotion, right? So again, it's not this, I'm upset, I'm stressed out, I'm freaking out about this, so I'm gonna like rush into a decision. It's, let me take my time, let me feel this out, and let me make a decision that's best for me from a place of calm, from a place of peace, from this place of knowing. So I feel like that's why this is showing up. And then we also pulled the communication card. So now that we're wrapping up retrograde, where do you feel called to communicate? What do you need to express? Or what is the truth that is coming through for us? Exploring our priorities, especially as we're entering into that Saturn retrograde. What's really important to you? What is the future that you want to create for yourself? And the last card that we have here is the Warrior card. So I really feel like this is a little wink from the universe. Like, we've been doing a lot of work, and we really are tapping into that strength and that warrior aspect of ourselves, and understanding that we're so much stronger than we think we are, and we're so much stronger than just this particular moment. Understanding that it's all part of a bigger picture, and I think that we're starting to understand the bigger picture. Even if we don't see it clearly now, I think we're starting to understand it, and that's why I say the truth is brutal, but it's exactly what we need. It's going to give us exactly what we need to move forward, to go after the things that we need to be going after, to do the things that we need to be doing. So those are your messages for this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm sorry I didn't respond to a lot of comments. I get into a flow and it just makes it hard for me to do that. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here in the replay as well. I would love to hear from you in comments. If this video resonated with you, make sure you subscribe. If you're on my YouTube channel, hit that like button, hit that heart button. I always love to hear from you guys in comments below. And I always so appreciate any sharing of this video. It helps me to reach more people and for these messages to be delivered to them. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you soon with another video. Take care, guys.